Hello there. The leader of Her Majesty's opposition, the Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn, has now endorsed a plan that could end up giving MPs a vote on whether or not a second EU referendum should be held. Despite saying in the past that he does not believe in a second EU referendum, the Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn has tabled an amendment to the Prime Minister's motion that takes a definite step in that direction. His amendment would instruct the government to rule out the WTO Brexit option and allow Parliament to consider and vote on other softer Brexit options, including a public vote on a deal or proposal on the UK's future relationship with the European Union. The Labour leader said, "It is time for Labour's alternative plan to take centre stage, while keeping all options on the table, including the option of a public vote." In response, the UKIP leader Gerard Batten said, "By calling for a vote on a so-called second referendum, Mr Corbyn has crumbled in the face of pressure from Remainers in his party. What makes him think that the result of yet another referendum will be respected when the referendum of June the 23rd, 2016 has not? His shift towards appeasing Remainers confirms that the leadership of every party in the House of Commons is committed to stopping Brexit. It is merely a question of which route they choose to take. The idea that there is parliamentary paralysis is false. We are on course to achieve Brexit on March the 29th, but both wings of the political establishment are doing everything they can to cancel our exit from the European Union. UKIP is the only major party which backs leaving on WTO terms on March the 29th, 2019. If the people want Britain to leave, UKIP is the only choice at the ballot box." Now it seems that, unhappily for the PM, no one has been taken in by her so-called Plan B, because apart from the label, it is identical to Plan A. And it is still not Brexit in any shape or form. There has been no change in the text of the withdrawal agreement. The EU looks set to never change the text of the withdrawal agreement, and Theresa May is going to go back to the Eurocrats again to try and get them to change the text of the withdrawal agreement, which they won't. Then she'll come back with something she'll call an assurance and try to get the Attorney General to put some legal spin on it. And happily, she still insists there will be no second referendum and no extension of the Article 50 process. Sound familiar? But with just 66 days to go until we are due under EU and UK law to leave the European Union, the Remain MPs in the UK establishment are trying to cook up ever more inventive ways of preventing us getting there. With amendments to Theresa May's motion due to be debated and voted on next Tuesday, the 29th of January, coming in thick and fast, doubtless with more to follow, it could be a very busy afternoon and evening. But I would say that none of these will fly unless the Speaker, John Bercow, takes positive action to allow it. He's the one to watch. Now, with a break from all their talk about not putting a hard border in place across the island of Ireland, the EU has confirmed, says The Guardian, that it will enforce a border there in the event of a no-deal Brexit. According to The Guardian report, the EU's chief spokesman said, "If you were to push me to speculate on what might happen in a no-deal scenario in Ireland, I think it is pretty obvious you will have a hard border. And our commitments to the Good Friday Agreement and everything we have been doing for years with our tools, instruments and programmes will have to take inevitably into account this fact. As far as I am concerned, this is just another attempt by the EU and our Remainers to exert pressure on Parliament to either vote for Theresa May's sellout Brexit in name-only deal or to vote to reverse Brexit. This continual insistence by the EU and our Remainers to use the Good Friday Agreement as a political football is lamentable." Now for the Despite Brexit section. Yesterday, the Office for National Statistics reported that the nation's monthly borrowing in December 2018 was £3 billion. Although it was marginally higher than that seen in December 2017, it is still the second lowest December borrowing for 18 years. And at £35.9 billion, borrowing for the current financial year is the lowest for 16 years. Also, the total net debt has decreased to 84% of GDP, a decrease of 0.5%. But that reduction was mainly driven by the rise in GDP, as the overall net debt figure itself has risen by £48.6 billion this financial year to pass the £1.8 trillion mark. And today the ONS reports that the number of people in work is rising, the number of those out of work is little changed, and the number of those that are economically inactive has decreased. In the 3 months to November 2018, there were 141,000 more people in work than in the 3 months of June to August, and 328,000 more than the same period last year. And the unemployment rate is now 4%, the lowest since the beginning of 1975. The ONS also says that nominal wages increased by 3.3% excluding bonuses and by 3.4% including bonuses. And when taking inflation into account, they went up by 1.1% excluding bonuses and by 1.2% including bonuses. So wages are now outstripping inflation. So much for Project Brexit calamity. So what do we get from this data? In complete contrast to every warning we had from the Remainers about the economy tanking if we even dared put a cross in the leave box, GDP is up, employment is up, and debt is coming more under control. So, please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video. And also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.